Hello, I'm Hayley Tarr. I'm the director of Tarr Law. It's a boutique intellectual property law firm, and I've been supporting Legal Wise in their endeavours, and they've been supportive of me for the last 3 years now. I have chaired and presented at some of their seminars, and through that process, I've had the opportunity of listening to some of the other speakers, and they've been quite remarkable in terms of how much knowledge they have and how much knowledge they are willing to impart on attendees of the Legal Wise seminars. I would obviously encourage people to participate in Legal Wise seminars to get your CPD points, which is a requirement of maintaining your practicing certificate, but also for your own professional development and growth. With intellectual property law, obviously it's a highly technical and specialized area of the law, so it's a challenging area, but we are blessed in that we only have the Patents Act, the Copyright Act, Trademarks Act, Designs Act. We've got one piece of national legislation for each of these different areas of intellectual property law. They're fairly, immutable in that they're not often subject to change. We obviously have certain major changes like the Raising the Bar Act, but that's not a decade ago now. We are comparative to, say, environmental law and other areas of the law where they've got to factor in so many different pieces of legislation. We are very lucky and very blessed in that way. But that's not to say that the law doesn't change, and we have, often major changes that are getting implemented through the court system. Just to raise one of the examples, the Trademarks Examiner's Manual was just updated in a major way after the case of Allergan and Self-Care, because obviously that totally changed the position that previously was held, saying from Woolworths and Metro that if a mark had a component that was well known, that would affect the examination of the mark in comparison with other marks for the purposes of Section 44. Now, the Examiner's Manual has been updated since Allergan and Self-Care to say, no, that's no longer the law. So these types of judicial changes that are being brought about can be missed. Updates to the Examiner's Manual can be missed. People who have been practicing for a long time, who are experts in the field, can still not be up to date unless you're, sitting in seminars and getting reminded about recent cases that have come about. Allergan and Self-Care has been discussed at previous Legal Wise seminars. There's also been a great analysis of realestate.com.au, Proprietary Limited and Hardingham, another High Court case that was examined at Legal Wise seminars. And even though some of you might be sort of more purist, patent and trademark attorneys, dealing more with industrial property law alone, not intellectual property law more broadly, but it is still relevant to all of us because, for example, many trademarks, if they're a composite mark or a logo mark by itself, comprise copyright within them. So you can't be dealing with a trademark in many cases as if it's just a trademark work, because it may simultaneously be a copyright work. So you've got to be familiar with changes to copyright law. So I would definitely encourage everyone, no matter what your age and stage of your career, no matter whether you're at a big firm or a small firm, just participate in getting your CPD points, and Legal Wise is a great way to do that. I know when I went and lived in New York and I came back to Australia, all of a sudden the Trade Practices Act was no longer the Trade Practices Act. Section 52 was like the one thing that everyone took away from law school, and that section no longer existed. So you don't want to be caught out still operating under some of those old concepts and old ideas, no matter how set in stone they appear to be. The law does change, whether it only be through case law, and we all want to be good at our jobs, give our clients the best service we can, and therefore that means to know how the law's changed, when it's changed, and to be at the top of our game. So see you at the next seminar.